Wow. This episode of Matlock was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes.
Maddie she keeps getting away with it. This murder case, hidden cameras,
It's true. This episode was really something.
it was a lot. Murder case, hidden cameras, and we got like more clues about Maddie's past.
Yeah, it seems like the writers are really
I know, right?
putting together a really complex story, both in the present with the cases Matty takes on, and then also
Like her double life.
in the past with the mystery surrounding her daughter's death.
Exactly. And the episode starts with Maddie having those dreams
Right.
about her secret identity being exposed. Like she's starting to feel the pressure
Yeah. Those dream sequences are interesting. They give us a glimpse
of her state of mind.
into Maddie's state of mind. It makes you think, like, is she really as confident as she appears?
Yeah, I
Or is this double life really taking a toll?
think so. And remember how she made that mistake about the original Matlock series?
Oh, yeah.
She got the air dates mixed up.
When she mixed up the air dates.
And Olympia, she picked up on it right away.
Olympia caught it immediately. It's like a tiny seed of doubt was planted.
Really?
And now we're just seeing it grow.
Yeah. And it's not just Olympia.
Right. Senior noticed it too.
Senior also noticed it.
And and then also Sarah, she's starting to question,
She's like, Maddie doesn't even know how to ride the subway.
yeah, about Maddie's unfamiliarity with the subway system. Like, how does she not know this?
Right.
It all adds up to
Ah.
this sense that Maddie's carefully constructed facade might be starting to crumble.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that keeps us on the edge of our seats.
Right.
Like, who's going to figure her out first?
Exactly.
But let's talk about this murder case. So, Jacobson and Moore,
Uh.
they take on this new client, Michael Casey. He's accused of murdering his classmate.
And he can't speak.
Oh, and he can't speak.
Yeah.
So that adds another layer to it.
And it's a huge case for the firm.
Yeah, huge case for the firm.
Because Michael is the nephew of one of their biggest clients.
So the pressure's on.
They need to win this one to keep that client happy.
Definitely. But Maddie, she loves a good challenge. And this one is like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
She dives right in. The first thing she does is she goes after the eyewitness
Smart.
who claims, like, I saw Michael at the crime scene.
And her strategy is so smart. She uses these tiny details.
Oh, no, right.
Like, the eyewitness mentioned watching 60 Minutes and eating chicken pot pie.
That was pretty random.
And she uses
I
that
thought so, too.
to expose these inconsistencies in his timeline.
It just shows you, like, how Maddie pays attention to all those little things.
Totally. The things that most people would just overlook.
She's like a legal detective.
Yeah.
Taking all those random pieces and then putting it together.
Yeah, like a puzzle.
To make a totally different picture of what happened.
And then she turns her attention to the bodega owner, Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh, creepy Jimmy.
Right.
There are already all these rumors swirling about him. Like, he's creepy.
Yeah, especially about his behavior with the female students, including the victim.
Yeah. Not someone you want your kids around.
They even call him Creepy Jimmy. I mean, come
No,
on.
right.
That's bad.
Okay, so Maddie and her team, they get a subpoena for the security footage
Right. From the bodega.
from the bodega, hoping it'll tell them what really happened.
Makes sense.
But-
And this is where things get really interesting.
This is where it gets wild. Because at first,
At first, the footage seems to point to Michael.
it looks like Michael's guilty.
Like, he's seen buying condoms.
And the same brand is found at the crime scene.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh no, Maddie, you're going to lose this one.
Yeah, you think she's finally met her match?
Right. But then, of course, Maddie, she doesn't give up that easily.
No, she's Maddie.
She senses something's off about the footage.
Right. She's like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah. And guess what? It was tampered with. It was doctored to make it look like Michael bought those condoms.
Wow.
And the real killer is Charlie,
The bodega owner's son.
the bodega owner's son. Talk about a plot twist.
I know, right?
But this case, it got to Maddie.
Yeah, it really takes a toll on her emotionally.
Yeah, seeing Michael, he can't even speak up for himself.
Right.
And he's being wrongly accused. It brought back all those painful memories
Of her own daughter.
of her own daughter.
This is a crucial connection the writers are making.
I think so, too.
It shows how Maddie's personal mission to uncover the truth about the opioid case and her daughter's involvement is deeply intertwined with her work on these legal cases.
That's all connected.
Every case becomes personal for her.
Right, exactly. But while all this is going on with Michael's case, Maddie's also trying to get closer to Olympia.
Right.
She thinks Olympia might have the key to the whole opioid case
Makes sense.
and to exposing the people who are responsible for her daughter's death.
And to get close to Olympia, she does some pretty sneaky things.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when she pretended to be mugged outside her apartment?
Oh, that was bold.
That was a risky move, even for Matty.
It was, it was.
But it worked perfectly to deflect Sarah's suspicions.
It totally did. And then she stages this whole emotional outburst.
Yes.
Leaves her dinner behind, so Olympia will come over to apologize.
It's all part of her plan to get access to Olympia's personal space.
Exactly. So she could set up that hidden camera.
Right, with her grandson, Alfie.
With Alfie. So sneaky.
To capture Olympia's passcode when she uses her phone?
I know. That's a huge breakthrough for Matty.
It is.
Now she can maybe get into Olympia's phone.
Get all that confidential information.
And find out the truth about the opioid case.
Right. This is big.
It's a big risk, but Matty, she's determined.
Oh, absolutely.
She wants justice for her daughter, no matter what it takes.
She's playing a dangerous game, that's for sure.
Oh, she is. But we can't stop watching.
I know.
I mean, this episode left us with so many questions.
Like, what's going to happen next?
Like, is Olympia going to figure out what Matty's up to?
And what is she going to find on Olympia's phone?
What is she going to find on that phone?
Will she finally get the truth about the opioid case before her own secrets come out?
Oh, man. The suspense is killing me.
I know. We'll have to wait for the next episode to get some answers.
I can't wait.
Me neither.
This show just keeps getting better and better.
Every episode.
With every episode, it's just more and more intense.
Right.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
It really is. It's like we get a few more pieces of the puzzle with every episode.
Yeah.
But we're still so far from seeing the whole picture.
And that's what makes it so good.
Right.
You're always like, what's going to happen next?
Exactly.
Who should I trust?
Who's the bad guy?
What does it all mean?
It's so good.
It's so good. But I want to talk about some of the other character in this episode.
Okay, yeah.
What did you think about Sarah and Billy?
Oh, Sarah and Billy, the two young lawyers sharing an office with Matty.
They're great.
I think they're really great additions to the cast.
Yeah, they bring a fresh perspective.
They're young, ambitious.
Totally.
They're trying to figure out where they fit in this crazy legal world. And they're both drawn to Matty, but in different ways.
Yeah, Sarah really seems to admire Matty's legal skills.
She wants to learn from her.
But she also, like, resents her a little bit.
Totally. Because Sarah feels like Matty gets all the easy wins.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
Which she kind of does.
Matty has this way of solving cases so quickly.
She does. It's like magic sometimes.
It's amazing.
But it's not always easy for her.
Right. Remember how invested she got in Michael's case?
Oh, yeah.
Clearly brought back a lot of painful memories for her.
It did. It did. And then there's Billy, who seems to be like...
He's a little more empathetic.
Yeah, more understanding.
He's the peacemaker of the group.
Totally. I feel like he sees the good in everyone.
Yeah, he tries to smooth things over between Sarah and Matty.
And I feel like he's the one who can see both sides of the story.
He can.
Which is going to be really important.
Yeah, as things get more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, there's Julian and Olympia.
Oh, don't even get me started on them.
The divorce is just a mess.
Getting messier and messier by the episode.
I know.
They're always at each other's throats.
Whether it's at work or at home. Like,
right.
They can't be in the same room.
And they're both suspects in Matty's investigation.
Right.
I mean, come on. It's a disaster waiting to happen.
I know. Every time they're on screen together.
Yeah.
You could just feel that tension.
Oh, the tension is thick.
It's so thick. And then there's Senior, who seems to be taking Olympia's side.
I know, even though she's his ex-daughter-in-law.
Right. It makes you wonder what he knows.
What does Senior know?
What's his role in all of this?
He's definitely not as innocent as he seems.
I don't think so.
He's been running that firm for years.
Years.
He's seen it all, heard it all.
He probably knows where all the bodies are buried.
Exactly. He could have some key information that Matty needs.
Oh, for sure. You know, we've talked about how Matty can be manipulative. Do you think her actions are, like, justified?
That's a tough one.
I know, it's a tough question.
On the one hand, she's seeking justice for her daughter's death.
And that's huge.
Right. That's a powerful motivator.
Yeah.
She believes someone at Jacobson and Moore is connected to the opioid case.
Yeah.
And she will not rest until she finds out who.
But on the other hand, she's lying to everyone.
She is.
She's using people.
And she's putting herself in danger.
Yeah, a lot of danger. So is it really okay to do that, even if you think you're doing it for the right reasons?
It's the moral dilemma of the show.
It is. It's like, where do you draw the line?
There's no easy answers. It makes you think about the complexities of justice and how far people are willing to go when they feel they've been wronged.
It's true. It's true. But Matty, she's not always cold and calculating.
No, you see moments of real compassion from her.
Yeah, especially with Michael and his mom.
Right. She gets what they're going through,
Uh-huh.
and it seems to fuel her determination.
Yeah, she wants to help them.
It adds another layer to her character.
For sure.
It reminds us that she's not just some mastermind playing a game. She's a grieving mother fighting for what she believes in.
And that makes her even more interesting to watch. I mean, she's flawed, she makes mistakes.
She does.
But she's also incredibly strong and resourceful.
Right.
I mean, she's a survivor.
She is.
She's been through so much.
So much loss, so much pain.
But she never gives up.
Never gives up. That's why we root for her.
Yeah, even when she's breaking the rules.
Exactly. We want her to find the truth.
Yes.
We want her to expose the people who hurt her daughter.
Yeah.
But we also know the truth can be dangerous.
It can be.
And the closer she gets, the more danger she's in.
I know. This episode was so intense.
Oh, it was.
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Me too.
The tension is building,
Yeah, it's like a pressure cooker.
and I have no idea how it's going to end.
I don't either.
What did you think about that scene where Matty confronts Olympia?
Oh, about her manipulation.
Yeah,
That was good.
intense.
It felt like a turning point.
I think so too.
Like, okay, the gloves are off now. Yeah.
Things are about to get real,
Yeah.
and I think that's just a taste of what's to come.
Uh-huh.
As Matty gets closer to the truth, the stakes get higher.
Right.
Those confrontations, they're going to be explosive.
Oh, I can't wait.
Me neither.
This show, it's amazing.
It's like a masterclass.
It's like a masterclass in suspense and intrigue.
And it's not just about the legal cases.
Yeah.
It's about family. It's about loyalty. It's about betrayal.
Yeah.
It's about what people will do to protect the people they love.
And it's about the secrets we keep
Right.
and the lies we tell.
The lies we tell ourselves, the lies we tell others.
Exactly.
And in the end, it's about the search for truth and justice.
Uh-huh.
Even when that search takes you down a dark path.
A very dark path. Man, this episode,
That's no twist.
it was packed
It's
with
not.
twists and turns. It's hard to know where to even start. But
You know,
what really got to me was how this case,
it was a heavy one.
it affected Matty, like, personally.
Yeah. Seeing Michael, falsely accused, struggling to defend himself,
Yeah.
I think it brought back a lot of pain for her, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Like we were seeing a glimpse of what she went through with her own daughter.
That parallel between the two cases is so powerful.
It is.
It shows us why Matty is so driven
Yeah.
to find the truth,
Uh-huh.
not just for her clients,
Right.
but for herself, too.
For say
Every case is like
yeah.
a reflection of her own loss.
It makes her whole mission
It does.
more compelling.
Because we get it.
Because we understand why she's doing this.
We understand that emotional weight.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also makes you think,
It does.
like, how far will she go?
Yeah.
What lines is she willing to cross
To get what she wants.
to achieve her goals?
Ah.
It brings up those ethical questions we talked about.
Right.
Like, is it okay to manipulate people?
Even if it's for a good cause.
Even if you think you're doing the right thing,
Right.
Matty's walking a fine line. It'll be interesting to see if she can keep her balance.
Yeah. Or if it all falls apart.
Right.
I have a feeling it's about to get even more complicated.
Oh, yeah, especially now.
Especially now that she has that passcode.
With the passcode.
Olympia's phone passcode.
Who knows what she's going to find on that phone?
No, right?
And how's Olympia going to react when she figures out Matty's been spying on her?
I mean, that's what keeps us coming back for more. Right. This show is so good at building suspense.
It is.
Like, will Matty find the evidence she needs
To expose the truth.
to expose the truth about the opioid case?
Right.
Will her own secrets come out before she gets there?
Yeah, and who can she really trust?
Right. Who can she trust?
This whole cat and mouse game.
It's like every character.
It's like everyone has their own agenda.
Yeah, they all have their own agenda.
And nobody's totally innocent.
No one is innocent. Even Sarah and Billy, you know.
Yeah, the ones who seem like they're on her side, they
Yeah.
have their own motivations.
They could turn on her in a second.
They totally could.
The writers are so good
They are
at creating this
atmosphere of suspicion.
suspicion and intrigue.
You never know who to believe.
It makes you second guess everything.
It's exhausting.
I know, but in a good way.
In the best way.
You can't just passively watch this show.
No, right.
It makes you think.
It keeps you on your toes.
It keeps you on your toes and leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me neither.
All right, so for all you Matlock fans out there,
Let's hear from you.
we want to hear from you. What are your predictions for the rest of the season?
Who do you think is behind it all?
Who's behind the opioid cover-up?
Right. And do you think Matty will succeed?
Or will her lies catch up to her?
That's the big question.
Leave your comments below, join the conversation, and don't forget to subscribe
To the channel.
to our channel for more TV recaps
We'll be back next week with another episode.
and another deep dive.
into Matlock,